Morning guys, so today I'm going to have another go at trying to get this step sorted. The sun's trying to get out, but it's still quite cold. As you know, we've just had a couple of storms, so I ain't had a chance to do anything, what with work and stuff. So today is going to give me a chance maybe to get this step put up and just check that it's going to fit in there okay. So let's have a look at that. Right, so I just offered that up roughly where it's going to be. We know this has got to start going forward from about here into there, and this piece here needs to be further back, but because my bend is too far in before it goes up, I need to sort that out, but that's not a problem. But overall, for a homemade patch, I think that's not going to look too bad. Obviously I've got to sort this out as well after, but one other thing, I was going to take the door off. I've seen some guys fitting reproduction steps what they've bought, and they say one guy I watched, he fitted it and then he couldn't shut the door because of this gap here. You've got to be very careful. I'm not bothered if it's wide, it's a step, but what you got to watch is if you come too high, the door will hit it. So a little bit of fettling there. I think this end needs to come up slightly as well by the looks of that. But the first offer up, now I can do a bit more adjustments and hopefully get that to fit better. I think I'll do that cut up here and bring that in, and I need to do something here. I think I'll cut it back. Now that'll fall if I open the door. Obviously it did, but let's just have a quick look at what I'm talking about. You see here, it's too far out here, but other than that, and you can see it's nearly touching the bottom of the door, so we've got to be a bit careful on how high up I come. So I think I'll try and bring that end in, as I said, and lessen this piece here, like sharpen up this bend here. Let's see what I can do with that. Well, what I've done, I've flattened that out. You can see where the other indentation is, and I've brought it a little bit further down. That's a lot better. I think now what I'm going to do is put that slit down here and bring this end in. It's going to take a lot more messing about, but if we can get it somewhere near in the end, that'll be good. Okay, let's look at this now. Obviously I've had to fettle it a little bit. The gap is not too bad, I suppose. I just looked at the one the other side, there's quite a big gap, so that should be fine. Obviously I've still got to make some sort of closing panel to come from here to here, and obviously off the back, so it's all closed in. I'd have to also sort something out of the front there on the inner side. Don't forget, this is the only thing what was wrong at the beginning, just this and a small hole there. And also, let's get the door open. This is going to have to be patched in to fit that, and this corner here I'll have to put something in there and weld it and bring it round somehow. It's quite a lot of work really, but like I say, I'm in no hurry, and I don't think that looks too bad. What do you think? At the end of the day, this is the only way I can see of doing it without spending loads of money, because as I go back round the van, there's going to be patch or panel after panel if I start buying stuff. And like I say, I want to start using this, so for looks, this was probably one of the worst areas to fix. This piece under here, I think this is going to take more than it looks time you start chipping away. Looking at this, obviously eventually to get into this area I'm going to have to take the door off, but like I said, I didn't want to take it off until I'd sorted out this area here with the door closing, because if I put that into place and fixed it and then the door was hitting it, I'd have a big problem. That can come up a touch to there. Right, I'll whip this off. Right, so obviously here I need to weld that close to there. You see that shape there I needed? That split there is because it goes into a little gap. I'm going to leave this piece here and sort that out once it's sorted. Might sharpen this corner up, putting a slit in there and bending that over a bit while I've got it off. Not an easy panel, but I think that'll be okay. Okay, so I've got this panel roughly where I need it now, with that kind of bend in the front. So I need to weld this up. It's quite thin steel, so I'm probably just going to do a few tacks and grind them down and whatever. I say like this process is slow. Every time I start to do something on Bertie bus, I get distracted with other things. If you look over there, there's my e-bike. Well, me and the missus have got them. We bought them, I think that was last year, to when we go out places. Obviously they fold up. We're going to take them with us probably when we go camping, chuck them in the van. My missus has gone out on hers and she's just rung me up and say she can't get her lock undone. Someone else has been trying to help her, can't do it, so I'm going to have to down tools and nip off and give her a hand. I don't know, always something, isn't there? Okay guys, I'm back. It's kind of a false alarm. Got all packed up ready to go and she rang me and said she's got it unlocked, so that's good. Right, I've just welded this. I'm using no gas Clark welder. I often use that. I've got a couple of welders. I've got a TIG welder I bought last year and the intention of learning to TIG weld, and I never got round to it yet. You can also use it for stick welding. I have used the stick welder, it's quite good. And at the back, right in the corner on top of that cupboard, I've got my trusty old Buzzbox stick welder, what I used to use all the time for car repairs. If you think about it, it's basically the same as this flux core, only you're using welding rods, because outside using a gas welder is pretty wasteful really. It's just going to blow the gas away. Anyway, I've found that different wires are better than others. I don't know where I got this wire, I probably bought it offline cheap. I find it's very spluttery and not very good. Sometimes I buy it from a local motor facts. Sometimes I get something was good and sometimes you get something was bad. Not so long ago they had some on offer at the local Lidl's. They were selling a welder and I bought a couple of reels, so I might chuck that in there in a bit and just see if it's any better than this stuff. Anyway, it's managed to weld it, so just going to clean it up with a flappy disc. Just clean that weld up a bit and we'll see how it looks. Well, I'm happy enough with that. They ain't going nowhere, and obviously when I paint I can put a bit of filler and smoothing it out a bit, which I'm going to have to do in places anyway. And after all, it's a step, and look at the rest of the van. It's going to be good. Right, just going to offer that up again now just to make sure everything's how I wanted it. So that'll be roughly where the step needs to be. It's a bit, well, there is a gap there, and that'll pull down when I pull this down and fit that. Let's just have a quick look underneath. And as you can see, I've got the light here now, you might be able to see a bit better. This way I need to close the panel off from here to here. I could just go straight across. I could come down at an angle, give it a bit more strength, but to be honest, I mean, what is that? You don't even stand on that bit, that'll be this bit. That's probably just cosmetic, isn't it? I think while I got this off the van, I will just stick this together here so that don't go anywhere, because that's holding that rounded shape. Once I do that, I can then tap this over once it's onto the van. That's the plan. So sort of stitch that there just to stop that pulling round. That should keep that curve. Time it's all tapped under and fettled in, that should be fine. Right, need to clean up now where that's going to go on to the van. So I'm guessing before I can put this step on, I need to get a piece of steel in here, probably round to here. That'll be ready to close in at the bottom once I've got the step on. I think that might make it easier rather than trying to come round from the other side. So this piece here is going to be for the back of the step. So it's got to go in there first, and then I can bend this up and close it off basically. Still need a little bit more work on that to get it somewhere near where I want it to be, but it's getting there. I'm making a start on tacking this back plate in, as you can see, just fettling it as we go. I need to try and get that in because I'm welding it along the inside here. I'll just put a couple of tacks on it in a minute. I'll try and put a bit more weld onto that before I can put the step on and obviously close it off. But then I need to get some sort of paint or something inside. I thought I had some weld through primer, but can't seem to find that. So what I might do is get that fixed up, get the front on. There should be a gap here, and then I will spray it through first before I close it up, maybe, or even after. Just leave a hole through so I can get me wax oil going in and put something in there. Anyway, it's a little bit breezy again today, not too bad. Still no news on the door. I did speak to the boy the other day and he said they are so busy at work he haven't had a chance to have a look yet. See, this one's bubbling up now. Be chasing the rust, but if I can get this step done, then I'll be happy. I'll be more than happy really. That's to make that start, and I'm going to start using it a bit. Okay, so that's that back panel in. Now I can just fettle this a bit and here, and then we'll offer that step up and see how that's looking. Offer that step back up. I think that's going to probably, you can see it's bending there, but the metal on the inside is bent over. I'm probably going to have to get this door off, but that is roughly where it's going to have to be. That is going to have to come under there, obviously that there. I think I might put a couple of tacks on that and then have another look round and see how I think it's going to be. It's never going to be perfect, we knew this, but it's going to be a darn sight better. I'll put a couple of tacks in, piece here, piece around the back. When the door shuts, just lift it up a little so it's obviously pushing on the top of that metal, but I'm gonna just tack this in the back there, and then I need to fettle it along the inside to the step. But I think that's gonna look okay. As you can probably hear, there's now and again it's a bit windy, and obviously I'm using the flux core welder. If not, that would be no good anyway, what with this wind, just blow the gas away. Right, obviously I've got it welded as good as I can. I can't get any further up to there without taking the door off, but I've got to do the repair in the front here anyway. Well, it's not looking too bad. I've just got to work out how I'm going to close it off at the back, and then that'll be done, and then I can tidy it up with a little bit of filler and I'll be happy. Right, there's a step repair in place. Got a bit of metal in the front there. I'm just going to tidy it up now with a bit of filler, but like I said before, I can't get in that front bit without taking this door off. And guys, as you can see, I've got the cover back on the van. I've got to go to work in a bit anyway. I'll never get on with it, so I've got Bertie to give us a hand before she went. Just stuck a bit of filler in some of the areas. I'm going to have to do it again anyway, and of course I haven't finished that step off at the minute, but hopefully I should get that fixed probably in the next video. Hopefully the end of this week, if the weather is kind to us. You can see the wind's getting up, so that leaves me to say thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye for now.